Hello humans and dinosaurs, this is Lopho and today we are back for another episode of Dinosaur Addon Reviews! Yes, we are back with another Dinosaur Addon review because apparently you guys love them. So, yes, today we are back and today we are going to be reviewing and giving my perfectly honest opinion on the new Arkcraft underwater creatures update. So yeah, basically this add-on actually adds in a bunch of new stuff for the underwater stuff, which is kind of cool. So, but the thing is, I haven't done the add-on review from the beginning, so I've never really done an honest review on Arkcraft. So yeah, we're gonna do all the mobs here. So small note, I will not be able to review all the functions of the mob because first of all, I'm not really into custom saddles and stuff, and there's lots of stuff. This add-on has a lot of stuff, but we're just gonna go over the dinosaurs because I might make something separate for the functions, but right now we're just going to focus on the dinosaurs, because this add-on actually adds in a rather large amount of creatures, and if I had spent, just theoretically, at least around 1 minute on every creature, it would take me over an hour to cover all of them, so we kinda in a rush today. So yes, and there's also this shitty ugly download the mod on MCPDL add-on, who, by the way, no one gives a shit wherever you download the add-on. What us players take care about. What us players, it's only important for us players, to get the add-on in general. Like everyone gets it on MCPDL. Like who doesn't get it on MCPDL unless you're like a beta tester or something. So this thing on the right top corner, it's ugly. It totally ruins immersion. By the way, guys, there's a tutorial on how to remove these kind of shitty watermarks. So yeah, I'll put a link down in the description. So yeah, I did not bother to change any of the files. So yeah, all right. So we got lots of new stuff. So let's start with Theratophoneus. So yeah, this is Theratophoneus. Let's get some HP bars on so you guys can see how much HP it has. It has 60 HP. Not that bad. So yeah, this add-on is actually the first add-on to add in a Theratophoneus. So that's why I'd say it looks okay, but yeah, it has a bit of texture crashing on the head, and yeah, but except for that, it's decent. Its eyes are a bit too big, but okay. Alright, now the Quetzal. So the Quetzal looks okay from first sight, but never mind, it fucking doesn't. It doesn't have any leg. What? Why is it a fly? Why did the Quetz turn into a flying drumstick? We're on the second creature and the game's already looking like that. Oh, alright then. Yes. Now this is the other blue version. So do you also lose your wings? Yes, you do. So yes, apparently the new update corrupts the Quetzal in for total. So yeah, I was gonna point out how ugly the wings look when it's flying, because the wings worked on previous versions, but now, nope, it's a flying drumstick now. Alright, now we got the Tanarinictus. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's like a prehistoric fish from China, I think? So, I might be mistaken. So, yeah. There we go. So, I love its design. So, as I said, there's a lot of people working on this add-on, and let's get some Fulbright on. And there's loads of people working on that on, and every texture, maker has their own style. And okay, there's a small glitch with yeah, you have to activate it outside of the water, otherwise it looks really weird. So yeah, this whoever created this texture actually textured the Utyrannus and the T-Rex and the upcoming Spino. I love this guy's work. So yeah, this guy's like the only good dev that's working on the add-on. So who actually makes some decent models. So yeah, and this is one of the creatures that actually have been added into the new into the update. So yeah, take reference of that. The Diodon is also one of the new creatures that got a complete remake. So yeah, it was actually updated on the last update, but yeah, it looks so awesome now. It's I'm pretty sure this is that's like the best Diodon out there. Like Zoe Craft has one, but it looks really ugly. So yeah, definitely the best Diodon out there. You can even tame it with cake or herbivore feed. So yeah, and the Tanarictus apparently drop coal and fish flesh. All right, okay, water bugs. So yeah, if you go up to this guy with a bowl or bucket, I think. Oh, this guy's eating. All right then. Yeah, they give you water. I don't know how that is gonna be useful since, unlike Ark, water isn't really a big thing in this Minecraft. Kind of seems unnecessary, but all right. Now this is the Belko boob. So apparently this is some kind of, I don't know. It's a retextured cow that just spawned in the Nether. It looks pretty ugly. I don't know why they got, like, from what they got this add-on idea from. Like, it's not an Ark creature, and it's not an actual creature either. So, yeah, personally, it just looks very ugly. So, yeah, that's that. Now we have the Poison Shock Ammonite, which is another version of the Ammonite, and alright, so apparently this Ammonite gives you slowness and poison, which is pretty weird, and I really hate these kind of weird particles that appear from it. But the model looks nice. But the thing is, the model is stolen. So yeah, apparently this model is gonna be removed in the next update. So yeah, honestly, I prefer this model. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, apparently this model is stolen. Its particles are so disturbing. Like, this is so disturbing to look at. But yeah. Thankfully, at least I have particle disabled, so in my official map, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. So next up, we have the Anictozoon. I actually have no idea what it is. So it's something called Anictozoon. So it doesn't even have any animations. It's just this thing. Uh, is it some kind of fantasy animal? Is it something that actually exists? I didn't do my research on it. I'm sorry, guys. I really totally should have. That's very unprofessional of me. I will do more better research next time. I think it might be something related to an Anomalocaris, I think. But yeah, it actually has zero animations, and it just looks like the model looks nice, but the fact that it has no animations puts it so off-putting. So yeah, and now we have the Ice Deinonychus. These things are supposed to be Deinonychuses. I don't know why, and yeah, believe it or not, and apparently its egg is supposed to be just a retextured block. Like, seriously? Like, a block? Like, how? Like, how the hell would you make this? Like, it's an egg, it's not a block. Why? What makes you think you can pass off an ice block as an egg? Like, it makes no sense. And also, yeah, the model looks absolutely terrible. Like, its, like, wings are always spread out, and its wings are like or on its body like a butterfly. Like, it doesn't look anything like a Deinonychus. It's it only has tail quills. It doesn't even have tail bones or anything. It doesn't have teeth. I mean, there are a couple of dinosaur models who don't have teeth, but these wings look so ugly. Even the Arc Deinonychus has his wings tucked in all the time, but for some reason, these guys have its wings spread out. So yeah, they look goddamn terrible. Yeah. Alright, next dinosaur is the Utah Raptor, and what? Why have I been teleported? What? That makes no sense. Okay, apparently there's some kind of command that teleports these raptors towards you. What? Wait a minute. Is this... Did they think that they could pass off pounds by teleporting the raptor to you? Wait, is this supposed to be the pouncing mechanism? Instead of making a decent animation, you just have the raptor teleport to you. What? What? How is that a pounce? Like, the raptors from the Raptors project, they have like a decent pounce. What you just passed, like, you just passed some kind of weird teleportation off as a pounce? What? You couldn't even bother making animations for that? Wow. And not only that, you even get a shitty text message appearing at the top left. Yeah, that's another bonus. Wow, that's just some lazy ass shit. Alright. Well, next up, we have Baryonyx, the carnivore dinosaur that is done to shit by every single add-on. So, yeah. And apparently, this is how it looks. I don't know. I don't remember the Arc Baryonyx looking like this. But the model, like, it doesn't look that terrible, alright? It looks bad, but not that terrible. It's acceptable, alright? Too bad it's a Baryonyx, though. Like, could have passed up as, like an Australopithecus or something. That would have made more sense. Right, next up we have Carnotaurus, another dinosaur that is done to shit by Baryonyx, next to Allosaurus, Baryonyx, and then Carno. So, yeah, apparently it only has 40 health, and I don't know, this looks like a ripoff from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Like, the all Carnos look way cooler. So, I don't know why they decided to go with this overused color scheme. Personally, I hate it, but yep, again, this is my personal taste, so no hates there. Compies. So the compies actually got a remodel. So they got this weird neck. I think they got like a small neck pouch. I don't know. I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. I prefer the older version of the compies with the darker skin tone. I don't know. Like, it's just my taste. I preferred them. So yeah. So every spawn actually spawns in four, which is kind of unique. So yeah. But too bad they die literally in one punch. So also, this add-on gives custom, XP stuff, and they look absolutely terrible. Like, look at it, arrows instead of XP things. Like, what? That just looks terrible. So all right, sorry to say that, but your XP things look terrible. So next up we have the Thorny Dragon, which is from Scorched Earth. So if it attacks you, it actually gives you weakness and slowness. So yeah, in fact, I've been bitten by one back in my survival series one, I think, 100 Days in Dinosaur World. I think, yeah, I was bitten by one when I was running around in the desert. So yeah, and now this is the Quilinu. So apparently this is a new creature as well. So yeah, it's some kind of Cambrian fish, I think, Ordovician or Silurian fish. Yeah, it's an armored fish. So yeah, apparently, yeah, these textures look super lazy as well. But yeah, apparently a new texture has come into the add-on, and they actually retextured this thing to make it look way better. So yeah, I guess that's a pretty good, nice heads up. And again, this guy doesn't have any animations. Like you'd expect, like, for this guy to, like, it's at least move its tail or something. Really? Like, it reminds me of these, B grade Finding Nemo. These fake fishes float instead of actually giving them animations because they were too lazy to bother doing that. And yeah, Fire Deinonychus. The same shit with the Ice Deinonychuses, but apparently they have four wings. Yeah, some of them do. I don't know why. That's even a worse decision. Like, what is this thing? Deinonychus insect? Alright, next up is the Velonosaur. So, yeah, the Velonosaur is rather one of the decent ones. By decent, I mean by concept. Like, from model perspective, it looks goddamn ugly. Like, it's like it retains its weird snake with legs thing that every add-on has. Every bad add-on has. I remember, like, Neo Jurassic had snake legs as well. So yeah, it might not look at it, but it might not look like this. But if you look at its body, its body is super thin. It's just like one string, and then just four legs come out of it. Like, it's very lazily made. So yeah, at least it spits projectiles, and it's pretty cool as well. But it makes for a terrible tame. Archaeopteryx. They just didn't even bother. This is just like a modified rapper or something. They didn't even bother, switching things up. It's just laziness. Like, you can see so many creatures, but half of them are so lazily designed. Like, how is this an Archaeopteryx? Like, it doesn't look anything like it. Like, we saw the Lost World add-on, like, make an Archaeopteryx. The ones that always booger me in the tundras. That I almost got killed by one by when I was taming a Carcharodontosaurus. Yeah, they look like Archaeopteryxes. They actually float like one as well. But no, these guys, I don't know what the hell these things are. Like, what's with this add-on and them having these wings all stretched out? Like, all creatures even birds have their wings tucked in while they're sitting on the ground. It makes no sense, and it's just lazy. Right, Diplocala. So I actually haven't met, and I haven't seen one in the swamps, but I actually did add them into the world. So in my new survival world, in the new update. So yeah, they do look pretty terrible, but at least they actually have decent walking animations. And they are, by the way, they are way too big for their size. In real life, Diplocoluses were just as big as slightly bigger than a salamander, like around 50-60 centimeters. Like, they weren't this big, all right? I think that's because it's like an octoplo. Like octoplos are somewhat big, but again, the model might look nice, but the texture just ruins it. So it doesn't really have any of this Minecraft feel. And apparently these guys try to dive into water. So if they spawn, they automatically walk into a water pool. Yeah, they bothered. Yeah, they bothered to make such a complex, behavior, but they didn't bother to, make dinosaur wings tucked in. So it's so weird. So at Katana, so yeah, I actually the reason these guys weren't added into the map in the first season is actually because I accidentally deleted the file. So honestly, this guy's one of the better looking ones. If you walk close to them, they give you slowness and weakness. So yeah, you're gonna have a bad time when you're like facing one in the swamps and you just walk into them. And some of them even give nausea. So yeah, you can get high on snails in Minecraft now. Yeah, Pegomastax, one of my favorite creatures, and this guy still has this weird bug. Apparently, this guy has been retextured brown. I don't know. Yeah, it kind of suits him. But honestly, I like the pink because of how iconic this guy was. Because in fact, the main reason I downloaded this add-on in the first place a long time ago was because of these pegos. So, yep, they have like this kind of open thing, but it's bugged. So the stealing mechanism doesn't really work at all. So, yep. The next creature, new added-in creature, it's a Lystrosaurus. Now, the Lystrosaurus, this guy is one of the most favorite creatures, but for some reason, like look, it just slides across the floor. The dev said that it moves its legs slightly when it's moving around, but I just can't seem to see it. Like in his video showcase, he did show that the Lystrosauruses were walking around, but in every version of my world, no matter how many Lystros I spawn in, they just tend to slide around. Yeah, it's kind of shame because its model looks so nice. Like it really looks like an Arc Lystro, and there's a bunch of color variants too. Like, look at this guy's green, this guy's brownish, and this guy's more swampish. Like, they're so cute. I love them. And besides, you can actually give him berries, and you can tame them with berries. And if you give him sugar, they actually do like a flip. All right, so if we go up to a Lystro and give it berries, you can actually tame it. So I'm actually gonna showcase this. Like, I really usually don't, but yeah. So now if you give him sit. And this guy actually has like a sitting animation, but he doesn't actually have a walking animation. Like, how ironic is that? So if you give him sugar, it does. It's supposed to do a Lystrosaurus flip, but apparently it doesn't work when it's sitting. Oh! It's hilarious. Just in case you guys were worried about copyright strikes, if you turn down music in the game settings, then when the Lystrosaurus does its flip, the sound effect doesn't appear. So, yeah, Lystrosaurus flip. Yeah, yeah. Look at it. It's so silly. I love it. Like, see, like I'm not always that evil, but. I love that Lystro. It's just too funny. So apparently this is a PANGAEA, and apparently yeah, there's like this leached function which gives you slowness, hunger, and weakness. And PANGAEA weren't leeches; they were just primitive animals and stuff. But for some reason, yeah, they work as leeches and they will follow you until the ends of the earth. And apparently, standing in a campfire would technically kill them. But I tested it out, and it doesn't work unless unless you fall out of the world, or you just simply jump into lava. They won't disappear. So yeah, that's another bug. And now we got Doedix. By far one of the favorite creatures of this add-on. Like, look at it. It just looks so awesome. Like, its texture is so well done. Like, it has this blocky feel as well. Like, I'm pretty sure the Cenozoic Doedix doesn't look as good as this one. So, yeah. It does have some slight walking animation. Yeah, it does have a slight walking animation. Its tail doesn't move, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, it's really cool. And if you like saddle this guy up, you can actually just wreck stone. It gathers stone for you, so that's another really awesome thing. And Alvarezsaurus. So yeah, this guy actually has a bug where his eyes disappear. So I don't know. I just like to call this guy like since like I like to call this like as a cave dinosaur who lost his eyes because it only lives in the dark. That's kind of how I want to imagine this guy. So in my world, they actually spawn only in caves, on only the deepest parts of the cave, and you can actually tame them with spider eye, I think. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So Ammonite again, this is just a copied model, stolen model, I think. So yeah, that's Ammonite. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it doesn't even drop like a Nautilus shell, which is kind of a shame. The classic Deinonychus. And doesn't change the fact that they look ugly as shit. So, hey, at least this time they bothered making an actual egg. Alright. I might have to split this into 2 parts, guys. So I think we're gonna do, end it here. I think we're gonna make part 2 as well. So, yep. So if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I will make a part 2 on it very soon. Oh, look at these Deinonychuses. Oh, they're killing each other. So, and yeah, so if you enjoyed this review, leave a like. Remember, this is just my personal opinion. You guys are allowed to have your own opinions on it. So, yep, if you have enjoyed this episode, leave a like. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, may the Jurassic Spirit be with you. Bye-bye.